Greetings, my name is Johnny Recker, and you're listening to Demon Dayz, an actual play podcast with a focus on fiends and the friends who play them. I'd like to start our show by thanking our regular sponsor, Arknight, whose maps, props, and minis bring our game to life. I want to draw your attention to KiloWhat and her awesome show art. Seriously, go check it out. Listen, in anticipation for meeting all of you at various cons this year, we brought a ton of Demon Dayz logo stickers to hand out. Turns out 2020 had other plans. They're burning a hole in our pockets, and we hear that the post office could use the help. So here's the deal. Write us a review on your favorite podcast service, take a screen grab, and send that and an address to thesedemondayz@gmail.com. That's with a Z, just like our Twitter handle. We know that some of you folks are a few episodes behind, so our plan is to keep this promotion going until all the stickers we currently have in stock are gone. Thank you so much for joining us on this adventure. Stay safe out there. We love you, and now, on to today's episode.
Friends, fiends, combat! Wait, no, first summary, then combat. When last we spoke, our heroes disposed of some evil cultist altarpieces. Fast forward past a bunch of rather interesting character stuff and a lot of walking. And then our heroes arrived at another cultist camp, this time with a lot more enemies. Of course, Feder went full rogue badass mode and killed a bunch of them before signaling Tazlin to explode some barrels in the heart of the camp with her Eldritch Blast. Okay, now, combat! All in these Demon Dayz.
I'm going to make eye contact with Taz real quick. I want to move ahead to kind of where that last sentry was, and I am going to ready 2 daggers for the ranged guy on the east side of the pit towards the corner. So I'll let her do her thing, and the minute it goes boom, if he turns, I'm going to throw 2 daggers at him.
All right. So then you're rolling you're doing Eldritch Blast and rolling it?
Sure, because I guess I would have to break through the barrel. Dirty 20.
Oh, wow.
On the first one.
Gotta love that force damage.
And a 15 on the second one.
Okay. Both hit. The first one, it hits and destroys the barrel, and you're like, explosion? And nothing, and you're like, oh shit, because it makes a bursting noise. The second one you hit, though, you see the spark. And the split second, and it explodes.
Oh, Billy.
Everyone's attention is drawn to that burst. And with that, we will jump into initiative, which brings us to the top of the round to Tazlin and Shenzoban. They are going to go first.
I'm actually going to hold my action. No, I lied. I'm going to Eldritch Blast this guy that's right in front of me. It's down by the tree.
Oh, yes. Okay. The fancier, the more fanatical cultist.
I was so close to a nat 20 and a 19. So the first one is a 27 to hit.
That does hit.
The second one is a 14 to hit.
That one just hits.
6 for the first damage. And then 13 for the second damage. So 19 total.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the blasts both hit into him and burn away at his robes, getting him to about bloodied. You see a lot of tear into his skin, and he shrieks, but he's not down for the count. He now notices where you are and looks your way. Yeah, Shenzoban was at the kind of towards the north central part of the map, just above the stairway.
Yeah, so he's going to take a full movement to get down to the guy. Thankfully, he's just in range of his full movement, so I don't have to dash. And in that, he's going to pounce.
All right.
Because he can do the 20 feet uninterrupted. He needs to make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. 17.
He made it. So no pouncy pounce, just a claw at him. 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
Okay. And that's 11 points of slashing damage.
Ooh.
He's mad that he made his saving throw. He wanted to jump on him and...
Yeah, no, after the blast, the cultist turned around to see what was going on, and just Shenzabon's right there, just at full speed, and he's able to, like, the periphery gives him enough to be able to see it and withstand the attack, but the slashes were something fierce. He goes down on one knee still, and he's barely clinging on to life, and just skin from his chest is just being torn away from that attack, and there's not much left to him.
Ah, fucker.
The slightest, like a breath, would do him in at this point. He's still holding on, but not by much. All right, so now we got Sunny's turn up next. So she's going to move 30 feet closer to the statue, trying to get to roughly around the stairs near where Shenzabon went. And then she's going to do her, she's going to dash and do the remainder of her action, like take the action to do the rest of the movement. So she's heading towards the conflict, and that's her turn, leaving us to Feder.
Okay, so working this out a couple different ways. So does my my friend on the east side of the ravine, the archer, would he have been distracted enough by the explosion that I can toss with sneak attack at him, or do you want me to do insightful fighting instead? I can go either way.
Which one? The one down below, or the one off to the side out the ridge?
No, the one off to the side on the east side.
Yeah, he'd have been distracted. You could get a surprise in on him.
Cool. All right, so I rolled my attacks. It's a 16 and an 18 on the die because I'm rolling like a goddamn maniac. So that's 22 and 24.
Yeah.
For a total of 30 points of damage for this fella.
Woofda. Okay.
Guys, I don't know what I ate this morning. So you make your coffee naked and then everything goes better for the rest of the day. This is my advice to you.
You've appeased the naked gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blades go in, kill him immediately.
Does he stay put up there or does he slide down the cliff? That'll just be important for me.
He slides down the cliff.
Okay. Shit. So I'm gonna have to go get those knives later. I gotta start counting knives again. All right. So with that done, I am going to take my movement to dash over behind, single move behind this rock, and I'd like to use my bonus action to hide.
Okay.
Actually, no, I used my bonus action for the second dagger. Never mind. So yeah, that's my movement. I'm got my back up against the rock, waiting for this other gentleman on the east side of the cliff to perhaps come my way. And that is my turn. Haha.
All right. So then it's your turn.
Oh, I shout over in the direction of the tree where I know Yusuf and Sunny, where Yusuf is. I go, that's the signal.
And I go, you think the big fucking explosion would be enough? I say to myself from the rock.
All right. So then that brings us to the first Erinyes you saw, the one that was sitting closer to the gate, sitting down with her rope. She'll use her movement to get up and then actually take flight. So now she's about 30 feet up, and so she has taken flight, just wings amassed, and that is her movement, and she's scanning, but she can't quite do anything just yet.
And what's the kind of the defining, because there's the purple one, the archer in the old armor, and what's the defining thing about this one? Just so we can keep track of them.
You said the purple one had not feathery wings?
Yeah, the purple one had a little bit more jagged, devilish wings. The second one, kind of the one in between, had more worn armor, a little bit more orangish skin, a little bit more flame color. And then the one closest to the gate, the Erinyes, more red. Very traditional red wings, feathery wings, black armor with red trim. So there's the purple one, the orangish one, and then, for sake of this, the reddish, blackish one.
Okay.
So the other two were already standing, so we're going to get the middle Erinyes up to 30 feet in the air.
Do they take any damage from the explosion?
Oh, good point. They would have to save on that. Oh, they don't. They each take a little bit of damage from the blast and are moved about 5-10 feet or so. And you see them like go back like, oh! And their wings kind of help with them from falling over, just as a reaction from before. This circular, spherical thing, because of the explosion, does go flying about to one of the rock outcroppings and bounces off near one of the tents. So it just rolls there, and it does so during the past couple rounds just to make it all connect. And then from there, from that explosion, when it finally gets to the middle Erinyes, the orangish one, her turn, she'll go 30 feet in the air for half her flight. And then from there, she'll take her another 30. She's starting to search for targets. She sees Talon straight ahead and will attempt with her bow. She pulls back, and she will attempt to shoot. That is a 13.
It just hits.
Okay, and then just at a speed that's almost alarming to you, see that after she does the first shot, she does take another one, just like smooth motion. 5, so she misses the second one and goes in for a third. So just rapid fire, and it looks like only the first one hits. You get 7 piercing damage as the arrow shoots right into you.
Okay.
But then also you feel a snaking of extra fluid from the tip of the arrow and take 13 points of poison damage as well.
Awesome.
And then the purple Erinyes next will go over to the sphere and pick it up. And then from there, she's going to use the rest of her movement to start moving in the direction of the commotion. So she's starting to head in where she saw the arrow come from. So she doesn't quite have a bead yet. And that's her turn, leaving us with the other cultists. Feder, you said you couldn't hide? You didn't do a hide because you did your bonus action?
No, because I used my bonus action to throw the second dagger to do my two-handed fighting.
Cool. So basically every one of the cultists you've seen so far at the camp on the top left, the northern west quadrant and the northern east quadrant, have all turned and started to make their way towards the northern stairs leading up to Taslan, where the shot came from. That's kind of the central point. The purple Erinyes, she's heading towards that direction. She hasn't quite put a bead on Taslan. The middle orange Erinyes has put her bead on her and fired a shot and got her. So she knows she's there. And the furthest one back, the blackish reddish Erinyes, is still starting her movement, which brings us to Yusuf next.
So Gallahan's gonna run up. I'm gonna jump on him with a 9 athletics. Does that work?
Yeah, that's fine. It's not an impressive jump on, and there's a bit of like okay, and he helps and rolls his eyes a little bit, but you got it.
That's 50, and then he's gonna dash and move here with me on him. So that's where I land behind there. And then now that I'm actually over here, I can actually possibly see something. Nope, perception of a 4. So, John, what do I see?
You can see that Sunny's already made her way. She's starting to make her way to the steps, excitedly ready to just jump into the fight. And you can see commotion, but you don't have quite the specifics. You can see a few people moving about and general placement. But from your vantage right now, just because of your low perception, it's harder to pick a focus. Maybe except for maybe the cultist on the step and a few that are heading towards there. You can kind of catch wind of those guys.
That guy?
Yeah.
Cool. Perfect.
So you sense that they are funneling to the stairs.
Don't come over.
What do you mean, don't come over?
Don't come over.
She's gonna drop darkness and you're gonna get stuck in it.
Nope. It's not what I'm worried about.
John, and all these bows that I went past, they were all long bows, right? No short bows?
No short bows, all long bows, yeah.
God damn. Anyway.
There we go. Perfect. He needs to make me a Constitution saving throw.
3.
Okay, cool. Ah, damn it. 7 points of radiant damage.
7 points of radiant? Mm-hmm. Doesn't quite get him outright, but burns most of him away as the moonbeam hits him. And he starts to falter. And it's about to the point where one good hit, so holding on that he probably couldn't take any actions. He's just starting to crumble at the knee and ah! But he's not dead yet.
Cool. That's all I'm doing. I moved and that was my action. So
okay. And then Gallahan, all he did was just move with you and take you.
Yeah. Well, he moved and dashed to get me here.
Gotcha. Okay.
And actually, no, I'll pull up my sword as well since that's out.
Which brings us to Taslan and Shenzoban.
Okay, so these 3 guys over here are going to make a con save.
So that's the just west of the steps, north of the tree, those 3?
Yeah.
Right.
The ones that haven't quite made it to the steps yet are funneling towards them.
2 regulars and a more fanatical cultist. Yep, heading your way. They all roll an 8, an 8, and a 7.
Okay. So essentially in the space right in between them, there's going to be this ringing noise that starts and it's going to get louder and louder and louder. And let's see, they're going to take, this is going to be a lot of dice. Hold on.
Yeah.
And for sake of this, I forgot to have you, Taslan, I forgot to have you roll when you got hit with the arrow with the poison for poison damage.
Yeah.
I forgot to have you roll a con save on that.
Oh, so I could have resisted it or taken half damage.
No, the status. The poison damage is there. It's just poisoning damage that's doesn't poison you, but there's a poison status that would go with it. That's what I didn't have you roll for.
21.
You're fine. I just saw that and I was like, oh shit, I should just make you do it while you have your turn and backtrack it, but you're good.
So yeah, basically a really, really loud noise kind of like erupts from that area in between them, and they're each going to take 32 points of thunder damage.
Fantastic. What kind of loud noise? Like, what does it sound like?
Like a human being popping into red mist.
The spell is quite literally shatter. So it's
fantastic. All the breaking glass.
It's like the air is made out of glass and it just shattered around them. Yeah.
Nice. How much damage did you say?
32.
Goodness gracious. Okay.
Yep. I'm rolling 5d8.
I love it.
So the more regular cultists, the shatter sound is so shrill and piercing and devastating. Just blood just shoots out their ears and their eyes, and they crumple to the ground.
Nice.
And the more fanatical cultist falls to his knees, and he is immobilized, and his eyes have melted from the shattering, and he can't do much. But he's got like 1 hit point. He is barely holding on. And yes, devastating.
We got a body count. Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to stay where I am, especially since Yusuf has showed up. But Shenzo is going to take another swing at the cultist that's in front of him. That is 17 to hit.
Yes, it hits. Probably for more than 3.
Yeah, 12. He'd max damage.
Yeah, that's Shenzabon tears him completely apart. Just the claw goes in, swipes, head is off the shoulders, and it just crumples.
Click.
And let's see, Cult Fanatic 3 out of the initiative order, and he is dead.
And then he's gonna kind of stalk towards the stairway, and that'll be his turn.
All right. Whew. The death count. All right, so Sunny moves down the stairs past the struggling cultists and just kind of, hey, see ya. She's going to take her last movement, or do a dash down the stairs fully and make her way towards the cult fanatic who hasn't been touched just yet. And she's going to focus her attention on him next time her turn runs around. And Feder, that's you next.
Okay, so this dude comes around the rock, this cult fanatic, and sees one of his own, but just like wild-eyed, and I wink at him and flash him just like one of my slightly elongated pointy teeth. And I'm going to use Insightful Fighting on him. So that is you got to beat a 17, John.
Got to beat a 17? Nope. 9.
Okay, cool. So, and then it's just going to be like reach up, mom's dagger. I'm going to close the distance, 10 feet between us, and just like samurai, like just like anime style, like run through him. And that is a natural 20. Very exciting.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Can I just move this over to my real life? I would love to roll this hot in real life right now. All right. So that's going to be...
Hey, I'm loving this imagery, especially with KiloWhat's like line art of him so far. Like, he's hot.
Oh, yeah.
You're really working it.
He's a hot little murder slut, and he loves it. 32 points of damage, John.
Jesus.
Hashtag hot little murder slut.
Jesus H. Okay, let me move him out of the way so I can actually click the X mark to dead him, because goodness gracious, all your attacks just
so
devastate him. Anime style, he is blood, the sun, sharp colors, it's like Persona 5, just... They never saw it coming, right?
Yeah, just like, I love it. I'm going to take the remainder of my my movement to kind of kip over this this down tree, and I'm just going to try to duck down. I can't hide because I've used my bonus action, but I'm trying to take a little cover, at least get low.
All right, which then brings us to the black and whitish Erinyes. She'll take her full 60. She's coming into the fight with the rope at her hip now. She's going to pull out also another bow. She sees Sunny up close. So go for her. Let's see what we got. A miss, and a hit on Sunny. So fire. The third one manages to hit right in the shoulder, and you hear Sunny scream. She swears just swears a streak as the arrows through her. And that is the Erinyes' turn. The orange one who's in the back, she's going to start heading this way and sees Sendabon. Woof. We've got 2 hits, 20 and a dirty 20, and then a 19.
Yeah, they both hit.
So it's 7 piercing on each one, and then 13 poison damage. 20 each shot go into him for 40.
Yeah, he's gone. He has 22 hit points. That's
jeez.
major overkill.
Bye. Look, Shinzo downed a beefier dude out of this rabble, so I think he did the Lord's work.
I scream when I see Shinzo go down. I just yell. Bah!
Yeah, and when Shenzoban goes down, he goes down, and almost as if you were to drop something in a foggy smoke in a room, just that the smoke just clears away. So it doesn't look painful. So that's some consolation.
Still.
But still, yeah.
My buddy.
So this purple one, she's heading up the stairs. She's got kind of a whiff of something going on over on this northwest side. And then she's going to use her dash action and start heading this way to see what's going on. She seems relatively confident, leading us to the cultist on death's door heading up on the northern stairs. Honestly, with how much damage he's taken, he's got to roll again, doesn't he?
Yep. Con save.
12?
Nope.
Jesus, H.
13 points.
The moonbeam just disintegrates him in a final and he gone.
Sweet.
There's a lot of red X's on this board right now.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Which leaves us, after that, the 2 remaining more fanatical cult members up here closer to the stairs. The one near Sunny is going to turn, seeing that his would-be attacker has gotten some injury. He is going to make an attack. He's going to reach out and place his hand towards her direction, and she has to roll a save and rolls a 3 against it. And all of a sudden you see her go rigid, and she stops. She's unable to move, and she's like, "Ugh!"
Really?
And she is being held. And that is his turn. And then this other cult fanatic that is near the Erinyes now, kind of just north of the tree before the stairs. He's got 1 hit point out of 33. He's on his knees. They're crumbling from the blast, the shattering. He can't do anything, bringing us to Yusuf.
Okay. Con save, please.
Con save. 13.
You rolled a 13?
No, it was before the modifier, so 17.
Yeah, she makes the save, so she takes half damage.
Half damage.
So 10 points, so 5 points radiant damage.
5 points only?
Well, she made the save, she takes half damage.
Oh, got it. Okay, got it.
But bonus for radiant on a devil at all? Is that a thing?
It doesn't say so in the block that there's a...
Yeah, I don't think she's vulnerable to it. So
The beam hits and she snarls at it like it was more irritable than painful. Didn't take a whole lot from her.
Okay. Used an action to do that. I don't know if I'm going to move 5 feet closer so that Taz is in my aura.
Okay.
And that's it for this round.
Okay. Does Gallahan do anything?
Yeah, you know what? Oh, yeah, he can totally make that. Just gonna run this dude over. Only a 7. Does a 12 hit him?
Which one were you going for? The cultist?
Yeah.
Just misses.
Okay.
It's okay. It's better if we keep him alive.
It is?
Yeah, he's like useless at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
Which brings us to the top of the round again, and Tazlin.
I'm gonna take a look around, just to kind of see if I can spot Fetter anywhere, because like Yusuf's here, Sunny's here, but where's the other person in our party? You know.
Gotcha. Fetter, were you able to? You hid, right?
I took cover, but I did not hide.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, and he's too far for me to see anyway, so I wouldn't be able to see him.
Gotcha.
But I knew which direction he went towards. So I'm going to turn to Yusuf and be like, you got this?
Sure.
Great. And I'm going to take off in this direction. So I'm going to do... Yeah, I'll do a dash on this one.
So you're running east along the top of the cliff there?
Yep, because that's where I remember you going, in that direction. And that'll be it for me.
All right. Let's see. Sunny's turn is back, and even though she's being attacked quite up... Oh, no, she can't do anything. That's right. She can try to resist this hold. Yeah, she was able to break the hold. She's shaking a bit with trying to fight it, and then suddenly just... fuck! And breaks the hold. And that, unfortunately, is her turn. Well, that's her turn for her action. She's going to run back, trying to obscure some of her view from the Erinyes that was attacking her. Might put her in her sights of the other one, but that's all she's got for now. Leaving us to Feder.
Okay, so I see this, the purple Erinyes kind of coming my way. And I'm going to pull the longbow off my shoulder, and I'm just kind of mutter to myself, like, where the fuck does it have to be a longbow? And there's a very quick flashback of Parsival teaching him how to hunt as a kid.
Oh, nice.
But it's with a short bow. Just, goddamn clunky-ass longbow. So I'm going to focus in on the Erinyes. I'm going to do Insightful Fighting as my bonus action. That is a 21.
They only rolled a 12.
Great. Cool. So that means I can roll sneak attack on them pretty much until I move it or they die. So let's try this fucking bow, which is not the highest modifier, which is why I was hoping for a short bow. All right, that is a 17.
Just misses.
Fuck. So yeah, it shoots over the shoulder, and I'm like, fuck.
Hits one of the shoulder pad, the pauldrons, and ricochets off, and she shakes her head and snarls. All
right, let's see. My move was to switch, and yeah, that was my attack, and my bonus action did the thing, so yeah, that's my turn. Cool.
Okay.
The streak ends here. He hopes not.
All right. So, these two Erinyes, the blackish-reddish armored one and then the orangish armored one, they are both going roughly at the same time. That moonbeam, Drew, is on the orangish one?
Correct. She needs to make another Constitution saving throw.
11?
No. Ooh, 15 points of radiant damage.
Nice. 15 points. This time the moonbeam is hurting her more and starting to singe away through her already worn armor and get into some skin, and she bares her very fangy teeth. She is going to look around, try to find a source for this frustrating moonbeam, and she's going to start heading towards you, Yusuf, much to the relief of Sunny. And then Yusuf, she's going to take her bow and just take her attacks. Let's see what she's got.
Aw, she saw me? Darn.
Let's see, that is going to be a 24 for the first one.
Yes.
And then an 11 for the second one.
That's a miss.
And a 12 for the third one.
Also a miss.
That seems to be the fucking streak for these, which is, good for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets the first one, aims it true. The arrow pierces through your armor, hitting you for 7 first piercing damage plus 13 poison, so that goes to be 20 total.
Is there a save for the poison, or you just take the poison?
Save for the poison, so Constitution saving throw. Otherwise, you have a poison status.
But I take the poison damage first, and then I make the save, right?
All the poison status does is give you disadvantage on attack and ability checks, so it just weakens you a little bit. It doesn't do any harm to your HP or anything like that. The poisoning, it burned, it's like a burning, poisony damage.
Got it.
Was someone immune to poison? Am I crazy?
I am resistant to it. So I have, you said 13 poison damage, John?
13 poison, yeah.
So if I take half, am I going up or down? Do I take 7 or 6? I can't remember what we decided for going rounding up or rounding down for.
From what I've read, it's always been in your favor. So you would take 6.
So 13 total. Damage. Yeah. Seriously? Dick. 12 for the save.
Yeah. So the poison, it starts to work its way coursing through you. You feel a weakness take a hold of you that you haven't felt in a while.
Son of a bitch.
And until you can remove it through any sort of spell or magic or healing, you'll have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Yep. Fucking dick.
And yeah, the Erinyes, she snarls at the first, like the ones she missed, but then when she saw the poison sort of take hold, it's that there's like a little stagger that you would do. She does smirk a little bit at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you can't eat a dick.
Erinyes, who's coming in, she's going to join her sister fighting the big bad paladin. Pull her bow out. And oh my god. So
Roll a 1.
10. No, well, the first two I rolled like raw 3, so 10.
Nope.
For the first two, and then the other one is a 26.
Yeah, that one hits.
So first one, phew, misses go wild. Fuck. Phew. Another one, and just as quickly, the third one just gets you. And it's the same situation as before. The total 20, 13 poison, hit 7 piercing, but you don't have to roll again for poisoning. You're stuck at your disadvantage.
Right.
All right. And that brings us to the main, who is being shot at by Feder. She didn't like that one bit.
But let I remind you, she's being shot at by one of her cultists.
By one of her cultists, yeah. So that's even worse to her. Like, how dare you? After all we fucking do for you? So she'll come in. She comes in, and Feder, you realize as she gets closer to you, still thinking you're the cultist, that she's massive. A lot sturdier, bigger, looming than she seemed farther away. Just a trick of distance. And she'll bring her sword out. Get ready to attack. And she goes in faster than your eyes can see. Did I actually roll any of these attacks? First one, 19.
Will hit.
All right, and then 11.
Miss. Or was that 11 points of damage?
No, 11 to hit.
No, miss.
The first one was a hit, the second one was a miss, and then 10 to hit.
Miss.
Yeah, she goes in faster than you can see, but thankfully, whether it's a form you've assumed and the movement and what you're used to, she only gets one good hit in for 8 slashing damage.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay, and then 13 poison.
Okay.
From what she does hit you with. So, and you would still have to roll for that.
Roll the con.
Yeah.
Yeah, the con's only a 7.
You have the similar poison stats. You feel it working through you and weakening you, slowing you just a little bit, enough to give you just disadvantage on everything. She's not happy with missing twice, but will take the one hit that she got.
Okay, so it's 4 slashing and 13 poison, so 17 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then these cult fanatics are left. The one who's still near death can't do anything. The cult fanatic who is still fine, he's going to start chasing. He's emboldened by what he thought was Sunny running away. He's going to chase after her, try to get a hit in. He's going to bring his dagger out and go twice on her. Yeah, both hit for a total of 8 damage. Just knife. And he's like, haha. Sunny's like, fuck. As she is starting to look a little on the rough side. And that's the 2 cultists' turn, bringing us back to Yusuf.
Okay, bitch. Constitution saving throw.
All right. Let's see. What do we got? Cold save is 15.
She makes it, so she takes 8 points of damage.
All right. Again, the moonbeam just like, this is getting annoying for her at this point, but it's searing through and slowly chipping away at her armor, her health, and her skin, and starting to burn and bleed out. But not quite getting the full place it needs to go.
And then I'm going to move to the other side of the statue to get some cover from her.
Okay.
And then Gallahan is going to move. He's going to do a little circle around from the other side, and then he's going to come in and with the rest of his movement, charge that cultist.
Put this guy out of his misery?
No, the one on the stairs.
Oh, the stairs.
Fuck you were a 20. Damn it. Does a 15 hit him?
Can I actually grab it? Yes, 15 does hit.
Oh, shit. Nope, I'm sorry. This is a 13 hit.
Just hits.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so he was able to back up and get a running start, so he's 3d6. Really?
Oh my god.
5 plus 6 is 11, plus 3 is 14 points. And he needs to make a DC 13 saving throw.
A DC 13 saving throw?
Yep, strength, sorry.
Is he strong? He is... No, 10.
Okay, he's knocked prone.
All right. Damn it. The attack does take about half of his damage. You see it just start to tear some flesh and knock him down, and he starts to bleed a lot more profusely, but not quite dead yet. And that brings us to the top of the round, and to Tazlin.
Okie dokie. Okay, I'm gonna move up to her. She's not in the air, right, John?
No, she's not. She walked over badass style, just like, I'm not gonna fly this.
Oh god, this is so cheesy.
Go for it.
I'm gonna walk up to her and be like, you know what they say about surprises, right?
She turns, glaring.
Oh, so I'm gonna be just look her dead in the face, be like, they're shocking, and then I'm gonna witch bolt her.
Oh my god.
And I got a nat 20.
Oh,
Nice.
Yes.
So yeah,
that's a lot of D12s.
Lightning, basically crackling blue energy comes out of my hand towards her. It's got like a little lightning arc happening. Okay, what are you? You are 4012.
Let's get some damage going here.
And I got a 12 on my first roll. So 62 points of damage.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Nice.
Remember how I keep saying Tess is the most powerful one of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the last like big spell that I can cast for the day.
Yeah, but you just concentrate and you can do that for 10 rounds.
Just keep it on her.
That's true. As long as she doesn't die, I can just keep it on her.
Okay, cool. And yeah, as you attack her with the witch bolt, just it snakes. The lightning, the electric energy just shocks through her whole system, and just you can see anime style like blood just shoot out from her eyes. It's not quite to the extent of like the cultists who are weak and squishy. There's some hardiness to her, so it's like little bits of trickle coming down, and she grunts with the damage, and just glares at you. She's about a little over half, so almost bloodied. Yeah, that was a lot though. Whew. Do you have you did all your movement to get to her, right?
No, but because I'm concentrating on this spell and keeping it, I can't really do anything else.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, the spell drops.
All right. So the fanatic is prone, and I don't think, given that he's been knocked down, he's not going to be able to take an opportunity attack on Sunny as she starts to head up the northern stairs towards Yusuf. Yusuf, you see her start to, but then decide to go around the cultist towards the south, back down the steps, to where she can still get a good angle on the Erinyes there. And she is going to look up to the sky and kind of do that very exaggerated prayer hands thing up towards it and just look up there. It's dark out, but Yusuf, you can see swirling clouds start to form above the Erinyes.
Yeah, you call that lightning, girl.
And you start to hear rumbling in the sky. And a bolt of lightning flashes down on the Erinyes. And let me roll. Nope. Doesn't get it. So now I get to find 3d10.
I guess you never fucked with nobody from Hoboken before.
Nice. What do we got here? 24 points of lightning damage. Just shake through the Erinyes. And they do a chunk of damage, but not maybe as much as Sunny had hoped. But still, 24 is not too bad. And just the Erinyes takes that damage and shrieks, and Sunny's like, yeah.
Well, I hate to leave you right in the middle of a story, but, well, actually, hold on. I don't hate to do that. The work-life balance is actually very important to a bullywug like me, and I need to go take care of that. Come back next week, and I will conclude this epic fight between our heroes, the hapless cultist, and those mean-looking Erinyes. All in these Demon Dayz.
That's the first time I've used Shatter.
Fantastic.
At least in this game. I've used it before and I killed townspeople by accident.
Beautiful.